The old dairy is one that's been built on for years, so it was probably originally started probably a 1950s or 60s shed, which has been added to, and to a stage where it was semi-modern, but it was still old, cramped, needed a lot of work doing to it, and we were sort of stuck. We couldn't have been produced anymore where we were. The turning point of getting into robotics was more to do with us wanting to keep milking cows into the future. And this allows us to keep going and expand as well. Like we can actually make the dairy herd bigger now because of robotics. I'm Darren Fielding. I'm here with my parents, Robbie and Denise Fielding.
I'm Michael Fielding.
That's my brother. We milked 330 cows here in South Riana, where the farm's been operational since 1970. It wasn't quite that big then, didn't milk as many cows. So it's been a steady increase since then up until where we are now. My parents are both 78. Dad's been milking cows since he could walk. He used to milk 2 or 3 cows as a kid before he went to school by hand, as there was no power up here at that stage, I don't think, was there? No? Some of the challenges with the old system towards the end was labour, because we do have a few body issues. We had to have staff milking all the time. The shed itself was outdated and steady. We had cows standing on concrete for 3 hours twice a day, which is not good for cows, which then doesn't help with lameness and even cell count. So this sort of system negates a lot of that. Some of the main probably impacts from having that, the challenges, the fact that spending that so much time on concrete in an old shed doesn't do your body any good. And it is things, you miss out on things at different times. There's stuff you can't go to and things like that. So yeah, it does help with family life not having to be there all the time.
Probably our biggest benefit since we installed it probably been the herd of individual cow data on every cow, the health and everything.
Yeah, we're picking up animals being sick before they get sick. Yeah, it's daily testing. You see everything right there in front of you. Even that's good for good cows, good for sick cows, and also good for your dodgy ones you can get rid of, because you can tell.
Data from the horizon has been helpful for individual cell counts, how many cows are getting milked how many times a day now, which ones are, well, in the shed for sometimes they'll come and eat the sides for 4 and 5 hours, and we know who to chase through.
And also cows coming in season. It picks them up before they start to show. As for labour, when in our old herringbone we had 4 milkers on staff. Now we're probably down about half the hours on staff, but they're actually doing farm work, not so much dairy work. So I've got them fixing fences and doing things like that. They're not having to milk cows and be there. Staff are hard to find. If you get a few good ones, they go and leave you, but not having to need people here all the time is good. If someone can't turn up, it doesn't matter. Where before it was a nightmare, because you had to find someone to jump in and do the work at very short notice at 5:30 in the morning. Our long-term goals in dairy farming is to keep dairy farming. Like this farm's been here forever, we'd like it to stay that way, and we'll try and grow it into something bigger and better.
Yeah, it's probably like producing them food and that, and working with the family. Like here, well, probably 50, 60 hours a week, you're sort of involved in working with them all the time.
There's a lot of memories in dairy farming, but it is actually spending time, not just with our parents when we were kids on the farm, but we've had our own families come through the farm. Like the little kids love running around half shed, whatever else, and getting out in the paddocks. It's enjoyable for kids, and it makes good family life.